Good morning and welcome. My name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and it is lovely to welcome you in to this live. Do come on and say hello wherever you are joining us from. Do share out and invite friends in to come and watch with us. It's always lovely to have people joining us as we craft along on what, as I go live, is a bit of an overcast September morning, but it's warm and sunny in here, so that's all that matters. Let me just bring up some of these slides. So this is my website. This is where you'll find me, www.loveaduckie.co.uk. Do head over there and check out my website and blog posts and links to shops and classes and all of those things you'll find housed on my website. So do go and check that out. Talking of classes, there's a few things coming up, so let's check those. I've got a Regal Reindeer class this afternoon, which is actually this stamper stack here. If I click back to this is an evening stamper stack which is happening next week, so that's next Tuesday evening if you would like to come and join us for that. Stamper stacks create 6 cards, 3 each of 2 designs, and we're going to be using the Regal Reindeer bundle for that one. This class is coming up in beginning of October, one of our kit classes with the Sending Smiles bundle, so that would be lovely to have you join me for that. We've got another of the completely Quackers Crafty Games Nights coming up the end of September, so do come and join us for that. It would be lovely to have you come along. We create 3 little simple craft projects and we play various games and things, including bingo, so do come and join us for that. That's normally a good fun night. Other classes I've got coming up, I've got a One Sheet Wonder Technique class again in October coming up, so do come and join us for those. Those are always popular. You create your own 12 by 12 sheet, and then we use that sheet to create a whole stack of cards, and this time it will be a festive Christmas card One Sheet Wonder, so it would be lovely to see you with that. I have got, this is the Saturday Stampers for November, which is a Christmas Saturday Stampers. So do get your name down for that one because that's proving quite popular. So if you'd like to come and make some Christmas cards with us in November, do let me know. A couple of other things coming up in October. We have got a Boughs of Holly Stamp Camp. Buy the bundle and get oodles of inspiration for free, that says, and that is indeed what you do. You buy the suite from me, and in return you get 26 projects, ideas for 26 projects from 13 different demonstrators around the world. So great fun. You get some as a kit in the post, and others that are exclusive lives on a Facebook group. So it's great, a great value, that one. So you buy that suite of products and you get so much inspiration for ways of using it, as I say, and that's coming up towards the end of October. The other thing that we've got coming up in October is an all-day retreat. You can either come along in person. I can still fit a couple more people in if you're quick. Alternatively, if you're not local but would still like all of the inspiration and the goodies and the kit, all of that sort of things, you can opt for a retreat in a box. So both of those options are available, and you'll find all of those classes and all of those things on my website at www.loveaduckie.co.uk. And just a quick reminder of the promotion that is running during September. It is this partners promotion. We were using the apple harvest on Monday, but there's 6 different stamp sets that are available either in the annual catalogue or in the July to December mini catalogue, and during the month of September you can get your hands on the dies that go with them, but once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want those, do grab them quickly. So that is all of those things. Let me come back up here. Ooh. Let's bring that back up there. That's fine. Okay, pressed the wrong button. So here we are, ready to do a bit of crafting. As I say, if you do come on and join us live, do pop on and say hello. It will be lovely to have you with us. And let's have a little look, without much further ado, at what we're going to be doing today. And let's not click the wrong button on that one. Right, in front of me, I have a printout of a colour challenge. So this colour challenge is one that has been created for the Crafty Collaborations blog hop team, and we're going to be using this for a blog hop coming up quite soon. But I thought we'd have a play with these colours this morning. So sort of unusual sort of array of colours there. We've got basic black, we've got garden green, we've got fresh freesia, and we've got smoky slate. So I thought we'd have a play with those colours this morning and see what we could do with them. And I have grabbed 2 stamp sets to have a bit of a play with, both quite floral ones. One is the Blessing of Home stamp set, and one is the Quiet Meadow stamp set. So I thought we'd have a bit of a play with those. We'll see how we get on, sort of playing between the 2 of those. I'm going to grab a bit of shimmery white cardstock. Move our colour out of the way. You can see there, that's a beautiful big sort of blown rose there in that fresh freesia colour. Very lovely with the garden green leaves, but I haven't gone for roses. I've gone for this sort of arrangement of flowers just here. And I'm going to trim that card. I think I need all of that. I'm going to trim it in half, I think. And we'll see if that is enough. Now, both of these stamp sets do have dies that are coordinate. Let's put our teeth in. Coordinate with them. Then they are older stamp sets and die sets, so they're not ones that are available at a bundle price. But both of these stamp sets, they do have a die set coordinates, and we shall, I think, be digging into those as well this morning. So as you see, I've just given that a bit of a wipe with the Dust Buddy, with the to make sure that we're not going to pick up any fingerprints and those sorts of things off of that bit of cardstock. And I'm going to take a couple of stabs from here. I have to see what blocks will fit. I'm going to take this big floral image, sit on there, and then I want this one here. Sit on that eye block, so I'll pop that on there, and I'm going to heat emboss both of these with black embossing powder. So there's some of our black coming in from our colour challenge. We're going to give it a black background. Let's ink this up quite nicely. I'm going to move that up just a smidge. It's just tucking off the end. Ink that up with Versamark. It's quite a detailed stamp, so we want to make sure it's well inked. And I'm going to die cut this. I'm not too worried about the positioning actually on the piece of card. I just need it to be on the piece of card. Like that. Now, hopefully, let's bring in some black embossing powder, and hopefully that will pick that up. Ooh, Let's try the right end of the card, shall we? Beautiful. Now, before I heat that, I'm going to take a paintbrush and wipe off this excess down here. I'll just come back over this bottom bit with my embossing buddy, and I'm going to ink up this flower. So these are really detailed stamps. They are beautiful. And obviously, you know, whatever your colour mediums you fancy going with. There isn't a garden green stamping blend though, so I couldn't go down the stamping blend route with this colour challenge. But stamping blends are beautiful to colour these images in. Tap that off. There. So there we have our two floral images. At the moment, stamped and with powder on the top. Now needs to heat them. I'll just heat them up a bit. There's one. Don't know if you can see the difference in that. It's goes quite a bit darker as it's heated. So this is a detailed image, so there's lots of lines to catch. Make sure that's all done. Hopefully it is. Okay, so there's our two images. Morning, Janet. Stamped and heat embossed in black. So we are going to do some watercolouring. Here. Quick slurp of water. Okay, so let's start with this big image, and hopefully we're going to make two cards, one with one image and one with the other. So obviously you can use your ink pads to watercolor with. You can use your ink refills. So I have let's see if we can get a bit more. Turned my ink pad over and I'm giving it a really good squeeze. To just drop some water in there, just to make that into a paint. And then we'll bring some colour in on our flowers. So to start with, I'm just going to concentrate on adding in sort of base colour on all of these flowers. Got one there. With a big image like this, as you start, it's sort of a bit like picking out where the different sections are. So there's a flower. These petals coming around this way. I'm going to go for this big one up here. And a petal just there. Let's do this one. Might keep the colours relatively simple actually and go with pretty well the same colours for all of the flowers. This one down here. If I wasn't doing a colour challenge, I could have done lots of different colours, all of these different sort of sorts of flowers in a different colour. For now, I'm just laying down a bit of a base colour on all of those flowers. Is that all of our flowers? Oh no, there's another. To miss those couple of little ones up there. Sort of gives me a guide to aim at. I'm going to quickly grab my re-inker from my fresh freezer. Knocking things. Obviously the last one that I find, I'm just going to put a couple of drops re-inker in that pad. I can't actually see that. There we go. Just put a couple of little drops in there. Let's add some water to it. I do want this to be quite a bit darker because I'm going to come in now and add in a bit of detail. So we've still stuck with the same colour, not altered the colour out at all. I'm just using some water. I'm going to blend that out. So this is shimmery white cardstock, so it does take quite a bit of beating with your water without fluffing up and pilling too much. Let's come in here on these darker pieces on here. Do the same with these little ones just here. I'm going to give these a darker centre. And just let that sort of bleed out a little bit. Come in on these outer leaves as well, petals. Doing some spots up here where the shading is. Now obviously this is all because it's heat embossed, and that heat embossing will sort of retract the ink to some extent, but you will get that shading round about. I think these little flowers up here we will make darker so that they are a totally different colour. So there we go. Morning, Lisa. There is our flowers. I'm going to bring in, I haven't done some of the centres on there yet, but that's fine. We'll come back in to do those in a second. Some garden green. Now this squidged much nicer on my pad. Let's just add some water to this. And let's come in on these leaves. So as I said, we're doing a colour challenge here if you're just joining us, and the colours are fresh freesia, garden green, smoky slate and black. So we have black embossed the image. And we've painted those flowers with fresh freesia. And now we're doing our leaves in garden green. This is, say, one of those images that you could do lots of different colours for these different flowers, but we've kept it very simple. We've just used the fresh freesia. Let's have these little leaves up here. I'm just using my stamping scrub to wipe my brush on, just to get rid of most of that colour. And now I'm going to come in with some smoky slate for those centerpieces. Then add some water to that too. Just give a bit of colour in there, a little tiny bit in there that needs filling in. Let's come in a little darker. I want it to be too dark. There. So that is added in some smoky slate on that one. While we're leaving that to dry a minute, let's have a little look at this one. Flower. And let's bring back in our fresh freesia. We've obviously got our colour still in the lid here. And we'll just add some colour to these petals to start with. to clean that brush up. I think again we'll come in with some smoky slate in here. And I might come in with some smoky slate on these little flowers just here. And then let's swap that round. And let's bring in some of that fresh freesia on the inside of these flowers. Happy for that to sort of bleed out a little bit. I'm going to add slightly darker colour into this centrepiece just here. And this one. Add a bit more water to this and blend it round a little bit. Right, and then let's add in our leaves. And these leaves around here and down here. And this one there. Now, just want to add a bit of green into that stem just there. And I think I've just spotted somewhere that needs a bit of pink. There. So that's our 2 flowers painted with watercolour, both of those. And so we used the colour challenge is for Fresh Freesia, Smoky Slate, Garden Green and Black. So we've got all of those colours in our flower because we have black embossed the entire image. And as I said, both of these, the stamp sets that I'm potentially using, both have dies. So there's this die here that is going to cut this. This one will cut this, so we will do that. We will die cut both of those. This die set also has all these lovely sort of foliage pieces and little floral pieces, so we may come back to those. We'll see how we get on. Let me die cut these first. So there is one. And there is the other. Let's take some smoky slate cardstock, and I'm going to cut a mat that is, let's see, I think I'm going to go 13.9, 9.5. Like that. Now, one of the reasons that I also picked the Quiet Meadow stamp set is because of all these lovely sort of hi Jackie, all these lovely sort of blodgy stamps. That's looking a bit fuzzy, isn't it? I wonder if it's the shine on here. Oh, that's looking a bit fuzzy too. Yeah, it's these sort of blobby stamps, and this sort of here that's got like this sort of grungy type and all of those sorts of things on. So really nice grungy elements to that stamp set. So that's one of the reasons I wanted that one. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to rough up the edge of this piece of card. You can get tools and things that will do this for you. See all this nice fine white fluff now all over the place, including over me. I'm going to bring in this scripty stamp just there. It's just flung out. Oh, the little word love. Let's pop that back. We want to be losing our love, do we? Right, I'm going to turn that round this way. Let's come in with our smoky slate ink pad. Ink that up. And we'll just have some random type coming across here. I think we'll come in with some splatters as well. Grabbing a blending brush. Let's ink up a blending brush. That's not helpful. We'll pick that up in a minute. And let's bring in some ink around the edge. Let me grab my ink pad, just catapult it down the back. I maybe go on some moments. Got you. Let's not balance it on the top. Let's bring it across here. So this sort of smoky slate does have sort of a nice sort of almost sooty effect to it. We'll have, I wonder how big that black card is. We'll have a black mat. Yeah, perfect. So let's go 10 by 14.4. Then comes the decision, what colour we're going to have as our card base. Are we going to go fresh freesia? That would be quite pretty, I think. Let's make sure we have our card the right way round. That looks as if it may be trimmed a couple of ways, so it's an odd shape. So let's cut a fresh bit. And so cut in half, scored in half. Metric, that's 14.9 one way, 10.5 the other. Obviously, you'd adjust your mats according to your card stock. If I have. Don't seem to have any of the freesia ribbon left. I thought I did. Just to check. No, I don't think I do. So I won't have any then. We do need some sort of a sentiment. Let's have the we can get through anything together. It does seem a nice sort of card for sending to somebody that's having a bit of a rough time. Find an odd fresh freesia card. And I think we will heat emboss it to match that background on the flowers. heat that up. And here they are. I was going to say, what did I do with my scissors? I am going to cut these into strips, I think. We can get through anything, and then where are you together. Let's do a little bit of sticking. You see, this will need an insert in this card. I'm going to stick our grunged stamped ink blended matte to that basic black, and then the basic black to our fresh freesia cardstock. And let's just warp slightly with the heat and with the water, so we will gently bend that back a little bit through our fingers, and we'll have that way, I think. Meeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes, I think we're going to go this way. Find our little bits. So I think we'll stick this down directly onto the front. We can get through anything. And this little one, I think we'll have up some dimensions, but we might need to go minis. We'll have to get raised up down the bottom there. And just flicking through my embellishments, looking for the matte black dots. Do love a matte black dot, and they are, I do believe, in the sale this week, the weekly deal. So do grab yourself some of those. So there we go. There's one little card in fresh freesia, garden green, smoky slate, and black. But then we have this other little flower that we can do something with. I have grabbed out some of this. Love this paper. It's beautiful. Foiled gorgeousness. Give ourselves a bit of room while we decide what we're going to do with this. We could perhaps have a, might go a black card base this time. Okay, that will definitely need a white insert in it at some point. I'm actually going to score this. I'm going to make 2 black ink cards, and then I have a little drawer behind me with spare card bases in. I'll pop my black one in there, the spare one, for another occasion. This one. And I think we'll have a smoky slate matte this time. I probably want to be slightly bigger than that one, so let's make it 10 by 14.4. I'm going to come in with, I think, a bit of a slice of this paper. It is quite good in that it will go multi-directional. So let's take ourselves a, let's go 4 centimetre slither. And then we'll make that 14.4. Let's have a little bit of a, let's find me an ornament of garden green rather than cut into a whole sheet. And a bit of garden green. Then I think we need to do something on this background again. So let's have a little look. I think I'm going to take a flower that we've just used to stamp and watercolour and some smoky slate. Let's just add some flowers, a little bit down this side as well, in the background there. What I am going to do, I think, is trim this down a little bit. I'll make it 13.9. Going to come off this side, I think, because I just need a peak of flower that side. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of fresh freesia. We'll have a fresh freesia on that at the back there. And let's go. 10. I'm just going to take a little slither off either end. It's a little bit battered on one corner, so let's trim that off. Okay. let's trim this down to 13.9 as well. Where's our smoky slate bit gone? Just there. And then I think this time we'll have a look at the sentiments in this set. Let's just have a thinking of you. And I think we'll use some smoky slate to stamp onto some fresh freesia. Stamp across there, that's not very straight. A bit better, and then I'm going to banner these ends. So cut up the middle and in on either side. Just going to give a bit of a white twine bow. I haven't quite got enough black twine to make it a black twine bow. Oh, missed that totally. What did you do there, Helen? That's a bit better. Let's snip that off. Not the best scissors necessarily, but that will do. Okay, so let's just stick that down. The black card base. Fresh freesia mat. Smoky slate mat with some tone on tone stamping. Flash of this gorgeous. Could have gone in on that other side as well. Look, if we didn't want the foil, but we're going to use the foil because it's there. Why not? Bring in the garden green. Let's and give them a bit of shape in our fingers. I think we'll put those up on some dimensionals. And bring in a mini down here on these leaves because you can mix and match. They're the same depth, they're just different sizes. That here. And we'll put some dimensionals either end of our banner. Where's my little bow gone? Aha. caught on the bottom of my jeans. And bring in a glue dot. Grab my ribbon scissors, we'll just snip this off a little bit where it reaches the bottom of the card. Looking through. Why is it the first time I look through I never see what I'm looking for? The ones I want seem to have disappeared. That's frustrating. Looking for my little in colour gems. But they seem to have disappeared, so we'll pick something else. Let's have some iridescent rhinestones. And let's have another one down there. Right. Let's just move some bits out of the way. So our colour challenge was basic black, garden green, fresh freesia, smoky slate. We have heat embossed those flowers, watercoloured them, and then done a couple of different things with them. This one has got some foil in it, bit of sparkle, a bit of shine, some tone-on-tone stamping, and this one has got a bit more of a grungy background. So 2 cards using the Quiet Meadow with the sort of grungy bits in the background, and the Blessings of Home for those gorgeous, gorgeous floral images. Yeah, and it's nice to take part in these challenges and be sort of stretched outside your comfort zone, because I don't think they are necessarily colours that I would have chosen myself. So I hope that you have enjoyed that. Let's come on back up here. Have a really good weekend, everybody. I'm taking part in a training this weekend, a training for me rather than, and I should be doing a bit of crafting along with that as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you've got nice things planned this weekend, and I will be back and see you again on Monday.